I cannot believe what I just witnessed. Ford Motor Company just unveiled the all-new Mustang GTD, and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about it in this video. So the reason this atmosphere looks a little different than normal is because I'm in a hotel room at the Ford dealer meeting where they invite all of the Ford dealers across the nation to kind of go over what is going on next in the world of Ford Motor Company. And they dropped a bomb that nobody saw coming. Supercar based off of the Mustang GT. Now this car is very, very loosely made on a GT chassis. In fact, this car was derived from Multimatic. If you know, the same people that built the Ford GT, which by the way, I'm feeling really good that we didn't sell our Ford GT because fingers crossed Ford will consider us for an allocation on this car, because Ford is going to be doing the allocation process on this car very similar to how they did with the Ford GT. But anyways, let's get back into the car itself. So the car itself is made almost entirely out of carbon fiber. And the reason they did that is because this is the exact same car that Ford Motor Company is going to be taking to Le Mans next year, and they are going to win, just like they did with the Ford GT in the previous version. Now, the cool thing about this car is a whole lot. Rear-wheel drive, transaxle, you have horizontally mounted rear shock absorbers. I mean, you're talking some unbelievable technology that's built into this thing. You have got some of the craziest aerodynamics I've ever seen on a production vehicle. The wide body kit on this thing is absolutely impeccable. Could not get over the looks, because from a distance it kind of looks like a Mustang, but you also know, don't freaking mess with me. That's what this car says. You've got Michelin Pilot Cup Sport 2 tires, basically racetrack tires. This thing is a track monster from the get-go because, once again, it's made by the race car company Multimatic, well, in conjunction with Ford Motor Company. What is so cool is when Jim Farley was talking about this vehicle to their dealers, he said that he has had the vision for this car for 5 decades. And you can tell. You can tell that this is not something Ford just kind of conjured up all at the last minute. This is a car, and I tell you for a second, that's one of the things I love about Jim Farley. I don't talk about him publicly much, but I've got all the freaking respect in the world for that man, because he is not only a good CEO, he's just a good people person, but he also is a good product person. I mean, you have the boat, the Challenger is going away. You have got the Camaro. Well, I guess the Challenger's going EV. Might as well be going away. Then you have the Camaros going away. And what does Ford do? They freaking double down on an 800 plus horsepower supercar based on a Mustang. How epic is this? Carbon fiber. It's got an 800 plus horsepower supercharged V8. Made it to the transaxle. So you've got the extra traction because all that weight's on that rear tire. Guys, this thing is going to be freaking epic. I don't think anybody completely understands what's going on with this car. It is going to be an absolute game changer. Let's talk a little bit more about the handling, how it gets such good handling out of it. 20-inch carbon ceramic brake rotors. My Bronco has 17-inch wheels. This one has 20-inch rotors. The stopping power on this thing is going to be insane. Magnesium alloy wheels is designed to be extremely lightweight, but really can take a pounding on the track, which it almost looks identical to some of the wheels that you'll find on the Mustang GT3, which is where this car is actually based off of. As far as the aerodynamics are concerned, yes, you can see the front end. You can see my favorite part, by the way, is this front fenders. I love that look. My second favorite part is that wing. I am normally not a wing guy because it looks like you're trying to be from Too Fast, Too Furious. But in this situation, it's active aerodynamics that is designed for a dadgum purpose. And I love how they've got that thing mounted on that back pillar. Ford has hit an absolute home run, and I want to know what you guys think. Yeah, because quite frankly, the only downside to this car is really 2 things. Number one, they're saying that the price point of this thing is going to be somewhere around $300,000. Now, if that's the case, I would still argue that that is a deal for what you're getting. If you think about all the technology we've already talked about, $300,000 is going to be a game changer. And I know what a lot of people are thinking, oh, dealer markups, dealer markups, dealer markups. Started out the video talking about how this is going to be very similar to the Ford GT allocation formula. And I'm hoping that Ford does that actually, because if it's extremely limited in quantity, I trust Ford to make the right decision on who should and who shouldn't get their cars. You know, those influencers that maybe got their Ford GT and they sold it the ever-loving first chance that they could get? Maybe they don't get one of these this go around because they were literally into it for the profit. And I know this is going to sound like a sales pitch for why we should get one. That's not what it is. But I love having our Ford GT on our showroom because anybody that's buying a car that wants to see it, I've never said no. I'll crank it up for them. I'll let them get in the car. We're sharing the car with the world, which is what it's designed to be. It's what it's designed for. Now, no, I'm not a racetrack, connoisseur. I'm scared to death. I'm gonna put it in the because I don't trust my skills and abilities. Because I have a tendency to push things a little too far, kind of like how I wrecked the drone last time I was in Las Vegas. So I try and keep myself a little bit at bay, but at the end of the day, I gotta quit rambling. At the end of the day, Ford has hit an ever-loving home run on this car, and I want to know what you guys think down in the comments, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Huge thanks to Ford for a second. I do want to say a huge thank you to Ford. They actually had me come out here to speak about social media. And it was such an honor that the people at Ford Motor Company thought enough of me to actually get me on stage and to talk about that kind of stuff. And I know you guys watched this video because, crap, you invited me to this event to speak at it. So to all of you guys at Ford that are watching this video, just wanted to say thank you for the invite. Thank you for making a badass car. Pardon my French, but I can't hold it in. Yeah, that is it. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Peace. I cannot believe it.